Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 32nd episode, the very 32nd episode of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. This is our second one this week. I feel like...
Did we... Sorry, Adam.
Please, no. Go ahead.
No,
please. No, after you. Don't Canadian standoff me.
I have a thought.
I was gonna say, I feel like, when did we start that very
The second episode. You
Was it the
started
second
giving me shit
episode?
30 episodes ago. You started giving me shit about that because I said, welcome to the very second episode, and you were incredulous. You specifically were very, very
I'm
incredulous.
just saying. I'm just wondering.
Listen.
Wondering when it was.
Listen, if there's another 32nd episode, this one would be less the very 32nd. But there
Okay, all right.
we'll never have another episode just like this one. It's its own special, unique snowflake. So
Instead, we would have various 30-second episodes.
right. Welcome to the second 32nd episode. Yes, no, don't worry, everyone. The episode will be longer than 30 seconds long. Will be fun. Welcome to a 30-second episode.
That depends on this river that we're...
Right. Listen, if any episode was only going to be 30 seconds long, it was the last one. So we're good. We're good. Bag of Fails saw to that.
Bag of Fails did nothing.
If you missed the beginning of this week, this is not the conclusion of the great battle with the King of Feathers, because that's over. We did that. That was on Monday. We got an opportunity to do that Monday.
Yeah, you missed out.
And everything went great. It went real good.
Do not pass go.
Surprisingly
good. Yeah. God.
Yeah. So if you missed out on that, well, go back and watch it. But yeah, so this is the 32nd episode. We're well into the tomb now. I was thinking as we were running up to the episode, like, this is like a lot of content.
Yeah,
like
it
We've
is.
been doing this for a while.
Only the first like what? When did we start doing 4 hours?
It was like 4 episodes that we did 3 hours, and then we started doing 4 on 5, and then occasionally we have a 3-hour episode because of Mondays.
Yeah. Like,
So it's like, I would say probably like 4/5 of our episodes are 4 hours long, and then like
yeah, getting some hella
I just
mileage
don't
out of this
understand
adventure.
how people do it quicker than this, though, because I feel like they must start at a higher level than level 1 or something.
or they're just not doing the hex crawl, right? Like,
But even then, like the
Or-
well, so
The XP that we got from that. Though.
right, growth. So growth is an interesting thing in this adventure. I would love to sit down and restructure the reward in the adventure to like not milestones, but like when you achieve something, or like find an exploration based like XP system and see how they pace out. Because I feel like the pacing's pretty good. Like I feel like
me too. Yeah.
you're right where you should be, because it feels like there are encounters that might be a little too hard for you, but for the most part, y'all are able to plow through this stuff. I'm really curious to see if there's a big jump in difficulty soon after the
is
next
yes.
act.
I think there will be. Now, the other reason we're taking so much longer to get through all of this is that we waste our time on amateur theatrics. And
Yes, that's right.
That's
Gary would
true.
be so embarrassed by the way we play
That's
Dungeons and
true.
Dragons. Yeah, I had someone message me or tweet at me the other day. Dave and Andrew, you'll be interested in this. They tweeted me and they were like, after the last episode of Tomb, I started watching Old School Adventures, and wow, it's different. And I was like, it really, really is. It's very different. So, for folks who may not have seen it, ages and ages ago, like 2 years or so.
2 years ago.
Yeah, we did a 10 or 15 episode arc of a big chunk of basic D&D. We did the Caves of Chaos. We did Keep on the Borderlands. Which I guess is actually getting a 5e, like a remake. I guess that's
yeah?
like
Yeah, it
coming out.
is.
No, pass.
And it's
No.
well, I'm gonna read it because I'm very curious. I'm super familiar with the Caves of Chaos, but I don't know how well it'll. I don't know
I
how
think
well it'll
in this
translate.
edition, we will finally know who is best in caves.
Kobolds.
Yeah. So
I already swore that kobolds are best in
I'm
caves.
pretty sure goblins are best.
I
in
believe
caves.
the goblins were those caves. They were most recent.
In those caves, the goblins were the best.
Yeah. So that show was Andrew and Dave and I and our friend Hillary and our friend John Harper sometimes. And it's they all played 2 characters, and it was a whole thing. It's a very different style of D&D. So if you're interested in that, it's on the same YouTube channel.
I
down below.
did an amazing spellcaster meat grinder until I finally got someone with
That's
sweet
right.
I was just like,
You played a
Tetsu's
different
disc, and
you played a different magic user like every episode for 6 or 7 episodes straight. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. So that was really interesting. And it's a big compare and contrast, especially going into the more dungeon focused part of this adventure. So yeah, really curious to see those changes. It's an interesting thing. And I think you'll be ready. I think you'll be ready to go in and do the thing. So today we need to disrupt an ambush.
Or just get counter ambushed.
Yeah, fall prey to an ambush is what you mean.
Fall
right?
prey to, prevent, whichever you prefer. So you're currently on the shore of basically like the great swampy part of the forgotten, forbidden, dismembered city of Omu, and to your east. There is, I guess it's everyone's east. It's not just yours. You can't have it. To the east, there is a sunken shrine, one of the obvious like shrines of the 9 gods. And the shrine, you have been told by some very friendly kobolds and an aspirational dragon that the shrine is the site of a wanty ambush that lies in wait for you. Mm-hmm. So to cross the water from here to there, you've prepared a spell to allow you.
Yeah, and I feel like what I'm doing is I take Last Watch every night. So like as everyone's rising and like packing up camp, I will cast it as a ritual because it takes 10 minutes, and they just have to be within 30 feet of me.
Right, wake up! You can walk on water now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't want to use a spell slot, so I'll just cast it as a ritual while everyone else is getting ready.
Okay.
And it lasts for, let me just check and see how long it lasts. An hour. So like right at the end of packing up camp, I'm just like, everything should be, and then I like look at the water, which we camped vaguely next to.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably, it doesn't last forever. We should get going into the ambush that awaits. Or
everyone.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and everyone eats. You eat a breakfast of what? Magic mush.
Magic mush from yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, so you eat your breakfast of magic mush as seasoned by the magical root of the energy plant.
The energy tuber.
Yeah, you eat your energy tubers. And then what's the plan? Are you just gonna like march out across the water? There's not a lot of cover out here, and I did mention that we had there were some crocodiles kind of floating about, or crocodiles.
Hey,
alligators
Adam.
are different. Yeah.
Remember last episode when we were real good role players and embodied all of our ideals? Bonds,
I don't think I remember that. You're gonna have to talk in a funny voice in a way that amuses me.
Okay.
I said funny.
Okay.
Okay, all right, fine. Elf gets inspiration.
Yes.
Wow, what did I just fucking do?
All right, fine. Everybody can have inspiration for playing the game the way that we are supposed to play it. Congratulations.
Anyway, I think that we should approach from the back because there's a wall really close to, instead of like going all the way around to the front where there's a lot more water, this is like real close to where
They'll never expect us to scale the walls.
Never. Walls are the great foe of
So you want to go around
kobolds.
And then...
No, I was thinking just like cross right there.
Yep, we can cross.
So
The
just
shortest
this
route.
way.
We cast water walking at the end of the last session, or we said we were going to.
Yeah.
I mean, I just...
It's fine.
I'll
You cast it
put
before you leave. You got lots of time. So you...
put it in the chat. That's
So
what-
you begin to traverse the water, and it's eerie, right? It's a weird sensation. None of you have done this before. You step out into the water and do not sink. You just simply step onto its surface. And I think that is very confusing. Initially, it's a little bit of wobbling, but then you get used to it. It's uneven terrain.
Except for me, I probably have used this spell before.
Look at him. You've just got to get your sea legs.
Yeah.
Or had it used on me.
You definitely 100% have never used the spell or had it used on you before.
Really?
No, your people live underwater. If you cast a spell on someone, they would just like float away. That's how we exile people in the plane of
banish
water.
them to the surface world.
You are exiled to the surface. Goodbye.
It's like trying to find out if someone's a witch by like tying stones to them.
Right. Are they a reverse witch?
Okay, then if I haven't cast a spell or ever like used it, like I'm walking and then I like kneel down, like crouch down with my feet still on it, and I like put my hand like in the water and like take it out.
What's funny for you, Arcturus, is that it's a bit like being in a boat, but without the boat.
I don't like that.
Yeah, so that your knees are a little wobbly, kind of like, okay, all right. Trying to run up an escalator. Exactly. Yeah, it's a little weird. It's just strange initially, and then you get your messiah legs underneath you and you're good to go. So you approach this temple, and it has a steepled roof. It's a degraded stone building. You can see the lines of water as it kind of like washes up against the stone, and there's sort of mildew growing on it. This is fresh water, so there isn't any like barnacles or anything, but there's like some scum kind of clustered around the edge of the walls as you approach. The walls are in some places maybe hip high, in others taller than you. They stick up out of the water, and this whole area is on a slightly raised sort of plateau, or it was at some point, and the land has not eroded as much, and so as you get closer, the water gets like thinner and thinner. You get closer and closer to the thing. So once you get over the walls inside, even without water walking, you're only going to be maybe like knee to hip deep, depending on how tall you are. So there's still lots of room in there. And yeah, do you want to do anything about the crocodiles? A couple of them notice you and start to sort of make their surreptitious way over to investigate.
I mean, run faster, I guess, would be my answer, but...
Yeah, that was mainly aimed at Little Fox, who I know likes to talk to scaly creatures.
But these were giant crocodiles, right? Which are those
They're
still animals?
miniature giant crocodiles.
Are those still animals, or are they like beasts?
I believe the size of the crocodile is, in this case, yeah, they are beasts.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
not
not.
the size
They're
of the
they would be an
crocodile.
aberration on Earth, but in this world, they're just enormous crocodiles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yes, perhaps Little Fox might.
Okay, yeah, she'll try to warn them off and just be like, no, go away.
Yeah.
Shoot, go on. Like she just kind of does that kind
So
of thing.
two of these adolescent crocodilians, they swim on over, and you can tell just looking at them that they don't have any of the sort of scars or damaged scales or anything that you might expect from a crocodile that's been around a long time. You can tell that they're just kids,
they're
basically.
Whelps.
Yeah, and so what is your approach? Are you going to try to intimidate them? You want to try to calm them down and like send them away?
Yeah, I think she's just like, no, we're not good eating anyways. Just go find someone else. You'll be better off.
Okay.
So she's just trying to like persuade them. Like she doesn't want to. She's not trying to scare them. She's just like, it will be better for everyone if you just go eat something else because we'll kill the shit out of you. But also,
I don't want to threaten you, but if you don't do what I say, you'll die.
No. There's no threat in it. She's just like, no, we're not good eating. Like, go eat someone else. Find some easier prey.
Okay. All right. So make an animal handling roll. And you have your advantage because of being a furblog. Okay.
I get a 20.
Sure. Yeah. So they know not to mess with you. They were just curious. They just come up and kind of like poke their heads up out of the water, look up at you, get confused about how you're not in the water, and then turn.
I'm sure that helps make it like, maybe we don't mess with these people.
Yeah, like you're not flying exactly, but we see from underneath, we see the crocodile point of view, and they're, like you're standing on the water and there's ripples coming out from the bottom of your feet, but you don't sink. And so they're just kind of like, okay, weird. And they just like swim away. While this is happening, Ishi, you spot what you think is like movement up on the roof of the shrine. You just catch it at the corner of your eye, and by the time you look, you don't see anything in particular, but you know that peripheral like vision thing where you're just like, what was that? And you look, but you don't see anything, but you're sure you saw something. Maybe there's like birds on the roof or something, but you definitely saw movement up there.
Okay. I think I just like to everybody else, I just do a sort of like, okay, keep your eyes out, sort of thing, like as we're crossing towards the wall.
Okay.
Do you want to scout things out?
If you want me to go first, but we're all standing on this river, so.
Well, you can get bird's eye view if you think that would help.
Yeah, Little Fox can boost Ishi over the wall If that's
Or I can
something
make you
wanna do.
fly.
I mean, you could, I guess. It's probably not that helpful right now. I feel like we want to keep a low profile if we can.
Sure, just if you wanted to get like a point on the roof, you could shoot down with your bow or something. Just helpful. I don't know.
If you think that you saw someone on the roof, then going onto the roof by yourself probably wouldn't be wise.
It's fine. Look, we just gotta cross quickly because they're probably waking up or setting something up or doing something. We know there's people there.
Ah, yes, that ambush. Are we just going to walk into it?
If we walk into it and they don't see us first, technically it's our ambush.
Ambushing on a technicality is the best.
Right. Well, then I suppose we should just go.
All right.
Okay. All right.
I'll be quiet.
So
I'll try and be sneaky. I'm gonna be sneakiest, you guys. You ready?
He's so sneaky.
You ready for how sneaky I'm gonna be?
I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah.
So sneaky.
I mean, it's not that bad, sneaky.
It's not very sneaky.
I've been less sneaky before. It's true.
To be fair,
You're not the least sneaky.
the amount of sneaky you are is if I rolled a 0.
So you're approaching across the open water, and you can see there's actually a gap in the wall on the western side. So you approach in that direction. There isn't really anywhere to hide because you're kind of out in the open, standing on the water. But you're moving as quietly, moving as quietly as you can. And you approach the walls. I'll pull you over to the temple map. So there's like a 10-foot gap between the outer wall and the wall of the shrine. Let me drag you down to where the correct shrine map is. There you go.
Before that's loaded up and it's all just grid squares, it looks like an Atari game, like Sprites of a Monster. It's really weird.
So there you go. So you're approaching the wall. You can see that it's about like 50, 60 feet. Yeah, about 55 feet along one end, and then all flooded, and you can see the water below 2 or 3 feet, kind of just like, yeah. So what do you do?
Well, I don't have any preparatory spells to cast.
Is this the wall of the building or is this the wall of like the courtyard here?
The outside wall is the wall of the courtyard. Yeah. So for chat, this is what they can see and why they're asking.
This one that you're next to now, Elf, is the building.
That's the building's wall. Yeah, the wall of the shrine.
Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. I got you.
I suppose Ishi and Little Fox would be our frontline fighters, right?
Should we sneak around the front, Little Fox? We can catch him by surprise if there's.
No, I merely meant that the people that lie in wait for us are accustomed to using poisonous things. Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
Little Fox already doesn't really care, but you, Ishi, might be more susceptible.
That's definitely true.
Here you go. And I touch and draw a weird symbol on your face or something.
And this is Ishi?
This is Ishi.
All right.
Yeah, because I figured Little Fox is already...
I'll be fine.
If she'll rage and then be like, I don't care what hit me. But Ishi
does not care one bit.
All right, cool. So I have poison resistance. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
So Little Fox turns to Ishi and does the look around, and she points at this corner. So she wants you to check that.
She nods and then has a little look around.
She heads towards this other side.
And okay. I look back over my shoulder at you as you're like walking away, and just go like.
Okay, cool.
Well, so when you peer around that corner, Ishi, when you look around the corner, you actually see lying in the water. She's probably lying on the ground, but she's so big that most of her body is sticking up out of the water. You see Big Mama Crocodile.
Oh.
And she's just kind of like lying there in the back of the thing, and she looks over at you and she yawns. Her big jaws like snap, and she just like kind of blinks at you like.
So what actually happens then is I look around the corner, and then I look back at Little Fox and shake my head, and I look around the corner again, and then I see this big crocodile, and I'm like, okay. Like, back away.
Mm-hmm.
And once I'm next to Malik, I just go, the biggest crocodile ever is behind this wall.
Do we want little folks to deal with it before we deal with the snake people?
I mean, if we don't disturb it, it should be fine.
The wall itself was just featureless. It was just a flat. It appears to be the back wall.
Yeah, I figured. Okay.
Yeah, and so Little Fox is like motioning for you to come this way.
Okay, yeah.
With a bit of a look of like, what are you waiting for? Like,
Yeah, okay, I'm coming.
And then yeah, she wants you to check out.
You want me to peek this corner as well?
Peek this corner as well.
Okay, so you peer around the corner. You see what you see. You see a set of algae-covered steps that rise up out of the water, and then two pillars down at the bottom, indicating like a gateway. The pillars have I think an arch over them. Let me take a look at this description here. Yes. So there's a plaque on an arch over top of the gate, but you can't read it from this side. It's written, something's on the other side.
Okay.
They've all had this.
Yeah, of course. So I lean back towards Little Fox and go stairs inside over there, and one of the archways we keep seeing. You muted, Andrew.
Yeah, Little Fox like shrugs. Where are the snakes?
If I were snakes, I would wait for us inside where they don't have to deal with the water.
Or maybe they're out there, and she like indicates, like out there, like outside the grounds of this. Maybe they're out there waiting till we go inside.
That's possible.
Trap us in.
Okay. Well, I can't look at everything, but
And so Little Fox like grabs you as you try to walk away.
Okay.
And catches you by your little cape. It was like, you inside, me outside.
all right, looks good. I'll check it out.
And she's gonna lay low right here,
Mm-hmm.
where
I
she
peek
can kind of keep an eye out. You know
I
what I
peek
mean?
back around to the other two, like, come on.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes.
So I'm the lookout outside, trying to stay hidden behind this wall,
Mm-hmm.
watching for snaky people while Ishii checks out the door and maybe goes
And
inside.
then
I'm
I'm gonna go inside the building, I think. So
Okay. All right. So you can now see into the building. There's another set of doors back there. And let me read you. I've probably got some box text for this business. Yeah. Okay. So moss clings to the stonework throughout this hall. The mosaic floor depicts a tall bird using its long, pointy beak to pin a monstrous frog-like creature with tentacles sprouting from its shoulders. Set into the far wall is a set of heavy stone doors.
okay. I guess I go inside towards this like thing, this central object. Is this the statue?
No, it's just like a pedestal.
Like a plinth?
Yeah. Thanks. Good
Um,
word. I like that.
Okay. So I'm gonna move around here.
Mhm.
By the way, feel free anybody to interrupt me and like do stuff elsewhere if there's like a thing. I'm just kind of moving forward now.
I can't think of anything except
I'm gonna try the door, Adam.
Okay.
Can I like, push it or?
Yeah. You push on it. It doesn't appear to be locked, but you are too small and too weak to be able to open it.
Oh,
It's very heavy.
I just like shake my head and go back around to the outside here, and then look over at Little Fox and be like, "There's a big door. I can't open it. It's really heavy."
And so she'll indicate that y'all should like trade places.
Yeah.
And she'll switch with you.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Keep my eye out around the wall. Like, where are the snake people?
And yeah, Malik, like we're gonna split. So Malik comes inside with me, and Arcturus hangs out with Ishii. Does that seem
Yeah,
reasonable?
'cause I think
I'm also keeping an
if
eye
they're
out.
hiding inside, they're going to be behind the doors as you come in. And I kind of just want to preemptively fireball in there.
Or you fireball in there and destroy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, right. I mean, I wish I had the flashbang fireball.
Yeah, that's what we really need.
Yeah, bang and clear.
Mordenkainen's faithful flashbang.
Mordenkainen's faithful SWAT team.
I was gonna say my faithful SWAT team.
Breach clear.
And so this pedestal in here, Adam, is it consistent with the other ones that have had little cubes? It's like a different thing.
Yeah, it's bigger. It's like bigger. It's a big sort of flat like pedestal. It doesn't seem to have any decoration or anything on it.
All right. Well, little fox is just gonna push on the door or pull on the door.
What's your strength?
My strength is 18.
You are not strong enough to open the door. You're like, and it just like so heavy. You can push it a little bit, and then it kind of swings back into place.
Damn.
Yeah, too heavy for you.
After, like, if it takes a second, I probably
Orvex scrambles after you.
I like go over and
Orvex
like
is
look
standing
like
behind
inside. I'm say, oh, I don't say anything loud, but I'm just like looking, and like if little fox turns back, I'll be like very like, you know, like amateurish army, no talking moves. I'll be like,
and she gives you the look of like, the what? And, like, and then just like sighs and like her arms drop and she just walks over to you and like grabs your little like chain shirt and pulls you in close so that you can whisper to her.
Do you need help with the door?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Orvex stayed behind. Sorry.
And she says, no, read. And she points at the archway.
Well, okay, can I try and see what it says?
You'll have to go to the other side.
Oh.
And be attacked by crocodiles or something.
On the inside of the...
It's on the outside leading in. So you have to stand outside it to look.
Oh, outside of that.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a big hungry crocodile just laying there in the water looking at you. But
wasn't that the one that Little Fox
But
said,
when you step out, yeah, it looks at Little Fox like, okay, sorry, the fish is with you. And it like just backs away.
Like looms over it.
Hisses, but not like angrily, more disappointed. Like,
yeah.
I like
I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like look at Little Fox and I'm like, could you keep an eye on, you know, while I'm
And she's just like, yeah, go on.
Okay, so like I've got my back to the outside, but it's just like, and then I look up and try and.
Yeah, make that intelligence check. The one you've been making every time you've done this.
I don't. Oh, just intelligence, just straight intelligence.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's how we've been doing it.
17.
17. Okay. Why do you have advantage on that?
Because I have my notebook.
Ah, thank you. So you open your notebook and you're like this and that and the characters. Okay. Yeah, this one you can actually translate relatively easily. It says, Papazotl teaches us to bow before no one.
Okay, Papazotl. Do I have any notes on Papazotl?
Papazotl's pizza.
He loves it when you call him Big Papazotl.
It's the E-bus. It's the...
I don't have notes on Papazotl.
But it fought the giant frog monster.
Yes.
This is depicted on the inside of the thing. Do we remember the section of the story about Papazotl? And why the frog and Papazotl got into it?
I don't know.
No, I don't remember. And Orvex is...
It was probably about how Papazotl doors are stupidly heavy.
Yeah, right? Yeah. The doors of the crane were enormously heavy.
The frog was like, let me in. And it was like, no, I'm an angry bird. And it pinned it and was like, stay out of my house, stupid frog.
So yeah, I like step forward away from the crocodile and I say to Little Vox, it says, and I look down at my notes and I'm just like, Papazotl teaches us to bow before no one. So there's no one on the plinth, just bow.
Oh.
And Little Fox like looks at you like, what? But goes over and like bows to the empty.
Nothing happens.
Hey guys.
Well, I don't know.
Hey guys. Back. There's a big crocodile right here. It's like directly in front of me.
And just like blinking at you, thinking about whether it could grab you before Little Fox noticed and drag you away.
Looking at it.
I'll give you a hint at him. Mm-hmm. No, it can't. Mm-hmm. Little Fox knows.
Maybe, and I say this like, maybe it has something to do with the
Say bow or kneel.
Bow. But maybe it has something to do with the big crocodile at the back. Maybe, like, because it's here, it's stronger than us or something. I don't know.
Can I go into the door and, like, look around this place? Is there anything on the walls or anything?
Just what I described. Like, the floor is a mosaic with the bird pointy beak pinning the tentacle frog.
Okay, so...
Set into the far wall, a set of heavy stone doors.
The Iblis sent a marsh frog to reason with Ubtao, but the frog was angry and decided to wrestle the god instead. This amused Ubtao, so he gave the frog tentacles to make it stronger. And when it returned to Pabazotto, who was the Iblis...
Did you write out Orvex's entire story, Malik?
Yeah, I just had to...
Little Fox, now that I'm here, perhaps both of us can open the door. If it's not bowing, I don't know.
So standing as upright as she can, and with a confused look on her face, like so I don't bow. Yeah, like,
bow, don't bow. Give him the stick. Don't give him the stick.
So yeah, she's gonna push,
and I'll push the other side or something.
And that way, with many hands, it might simulate having tentacles.
I don't know.
How much is how strong are you?
I have a strength of 16.
Okay. Yeah, the two of you together can push the door open.
Okay.
It's very heavy, but team effort. And you shove the door open and make way into the room beyond. In this next chamber, you find an empty pedestal. 6 statues face it from alcoves on the walls. They depict bare-chested humans with the heads of different animals. From left to right, the heads resemble those of a lizard, a jaguar, a lobster, a toucan, a bat, and a frog.
Huh.
We've had bad experiences with lobster men.
Yeah, that's the wisest of all the statues.
I don't see any snakes.
Yeah, the room is otherwise empty.
Do you think that the kobolds were mistaken?
Little Fox just like indicates the room as if like welcoming you into it, and then sighs and leaves. She's just like, this is your problem now. Essentially, like she's just like, it's open, and then like walks away.
Meanwhile, Ishi outside, nice crocodile, just be quiet right there.
Right.
Okay. And like backs away.
I guess I peek in and I'm looking like around the corners to see if there's any like snake men like right there, you know, like where I can't see, and I'm like creeping like
So there is a roof overhead, so you'll need to like light a torch or something if you want to like really. Yeah, I can.
If it's getting dark, so I can't really like see, even though both doors are open, I'll cast light on my shield.
Okay, what's the radius on light? 30-30?
20-40, I think.
Check. It is 20-foot radius of dim light for an additional 20-foot radius. And then dim light for an additional 20 feet. So 20-40. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now the whole room is illuminated. And you can see this square stone pedestal kind of in the center of the chamber.
I don't like...
And Malik asks you into your head. It's like, anything to read?
Don't do that, Malik.
I'm being quiet.
And I look behind me to where you're standing like 10 feet away, and I'm just like, I told you. Don't. And then I like go back towards the room, and I'm like looking around. Is there anything to read or?
Yes. Yeah. The pedestal has an inscription written on it in common, in fact.
Oh, heck.
I will give you the handout for Papa Zoddle's riddle. Arcturus, would you like to read it?
Comes with sunshine, leaves at night, hides in darkness, does not bite. always joined to its caster, never strays from its master. Huh. Is it... It sounds like light. I don't know. I'm not good at riddles. Malik, you're smart, right? Not in my head, please. Come and...
Yes, we're probably looking to find which of the animals matches that description.
And we have a lizard, a jaguar, a lobster.
I suppose light does actually make sense.
Frog. Well, bats are nocturnal and they also bite.
Right. As would a jaguar.
They bite as well, from what I understand. Joined to its caster, I don't understand.
That's what makes me think that your light thing is correct. Maybe that's what we have to do to one of the heads once we work it out.
Never strays from its master. Don't understand.
Toucans can bite, but they don't bite people.
They're not known for their biting.
They're not known for biting. Frogs literally can't bite because they don't have teeth, and they're all squishy.
But they're not necessarily they also are present at night.
Yes, frogs do come out at night and croak, or in twilight, like in the in-between.
Okay, so let's put not frog.
Lobsters don't bite. They probably...
These claws, do they come with sunshine and leave with night?
I don't know. They're under the water.
Lobster's nocturnal.
So my money is on toucan or lobster for some reason.
Lobsters are nocturnal.
So toucan.
I like the it's probably this because moon logic, not because it's like the actual answer.
But like honestly, given the constraints of the thing and the limited, I'm sure I don't know what always joined to its caster means.
Yeah.
So I'm just making guesses based on the information that I do know about and seems to line up.
Always joined to its caster, never strays from its master.
I would be like a shopping cart because those are on casters sometimes.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
There's no shopping cart in
They're
here.
like those spinny wheels.
Yeah.
No, Malik's a caster. Ask him.
Did ask him.
I'm just gonna keep an eye out for Snake Man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Little Fox and Ishii are doing.
Okay.
They're outside being like, they said there would be an ambush. Where is this ambush? Do they even know what an ambush is?
She has entirely total confidence in all the kobold information. Everything we were told by the kobolds is true.
Can I
Must be
go
true.
closer and investigate the statue things? Yeah.
Okay. They look like statues. They're stone statues of humans. You've seen lots of this imagery of a human torso and body. They're just like warriors or Chultan figures. And then their heads instead are the head of the animals that I described.
I think it's the toucan.
But what do we do about it?
I don't know. I walk up to it and I investigate it. Oh no! Oh no!
What?
The dynamic lighting is not quite right.
No. It is. It is indeed.
Okay, so as I investigate, I see that.
And this is not the toucan. The toucan is this one. But as you walk towards the toucan, you notice that there is a strange flickering shadow behind the statue of the bat. And when you peer in, you can actually see there is a little crawlway behind that creature. So I will clear it for you. So you can actually go through if you get down and crouch. You could crawl into a little tunnel back here.
But you'd only be able to see that tunnel if you shone a light. In the darkness, it wouldn't be there. Ishii. I go to the door of the thing. I'm like, Ishii.
I look at Little Fox in such a way that is try to be quiet.
I didn't get
And Little Fox is well, she just indicates go on in because otherwise they'll Keep
Come,
talking.
come. We need
What?
your small size.
What? Okay.
Crawl in there. It doesn't bite.
Yeah, so statue of a bat-headed figure, and you can actually see when you crouch down, there is there's like a strange interplay of light, and there's a little illusory like image there you can slip through.
All right, cool.
You want to do
I'm
that?
just gonna, I'm gonna go into the tunnel. Can I do that?
Yeah. So you can see there's like a little room.
Yeah.
You squeeze in through here. So at the end of this little hallway, you find yourself in a square room with no adornment save the opposite wall has etched into it a strange grid, which looks like this.
Now, Adam,
Yeah.
here's the question:
Uh-huh.
Is this grid meant to be this way or this way?
It's
really matters.
It's exactly as you see it. It super
Okay.
matters. Yeah, it's exactly as you see it in front of you on the wall. That is the grid that you see. And it's just like that. It's this color with the different colored marks on it.
I don't know. Can I touch the marks?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You poke at it.
yeah.
if you want.
Does it like if I press on the different colored ones?
Nope.
Does it?
No, they don't sink in or anything. It's just a panel of of squares. They're about like I don't know, like 3 or 4 centimeters across and down. Little squares cover the.
Ishi.
Yes. What?
I put my lamp down on the ground and my tinderbox, and I like slide it into the beginning of the tunnel. It's like, I know you can see, but I think what Arcturus was saying about light is important here, especially the last 2 lines.
Okay.
See if
Grab
there's anything
the
hidden.
lantern, like bring it down the little corridor and shine it on the thing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, looks the same as it did, just better lit now.
Nope.
Nothing. Okay.
Not just shining the light on it. But there's a series of small, different colored little tiles in a big tile thing. I don't know what it has to do with what we already know or did, but it's a thing. It doesn't do anything when I press it. I already tried pressing it.
Just to test it out, I turn off the light that I'm casting and I ask Malik to shutter his lamp.
Oh, it's in the next room with Ishi right now, so I'm in the dark kind of as well.
Yeah, when you cover the light, it's pitch black in here.
Ishi, cover the lantern. See if it looks differently in the dark.
Okie doke. Covered lantern.
Okay, your eyes adjust. Your dark vision kicks in. Looks the same, just now it's like kind of gray shade.
Nah, it doesn't do anything.
All right.
All right.
On cover. Well, it was an idea, at least. Always joined to its caster. Never
Well, that's
strayed.
what made it seem like.
The light is always joined to what is casting it.
I'm gonna slide your lantern back out to you because I don't want you to forget that I have it. Because here.
No, it's a shadow. It's not light at all. It's the opposite.
Well, then
So something here casts a shadow that will tell us.
Probably the bat that I crawled under. Now this is a different thing.
Try it. Hold the lantern up and see if it can...
make strange shadow.
You know, you're both of adequate size to squeeze your butts through the stupid tunnel.
You could, yeah. Yeah,
I'll do
you
it if
could.
you want. That's fine.
Do a puppet show.
I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna go back on lookout because I'm good at lookout, and you guys can figure out the tile thing.
Yeah, I start to crawl through with the lantern, and I hold it up and see if any light. And I say, "Arcturus, does any light come through from behind the bat's face?"
Does it?
Yeah. The illusion is just meant to bend the light slightly. It's just an obfuscating illusion. Yeah.
Okay.
Light passes through without too much trouble.
Perhaps cast some on the wall that Ishi was talking about.
That's already happened. Nothing happened.
Yep, we already tried that.
Yeah, you shone the light directly on the wall and cast
but,
shadows and yeah.
No puppets, no finger puppets.
Light doesn't seem to affect the wall. No.
Not even.
So I'm basically looking as I'm holding the lantern and moving out through the hall space and back into it for any thing that is casting a shadow. I'll probably check the plinth as well.
Okay. Yeah. So you take I don't know, like 15 minutes to like walk around and like analyze the various like shadows and kind of move the light around. And at the end of it, you have a better understanding of like light physics, but there's no indication that any of that has anything to do with the puzzle.
Do this.
No. I thought I got it with that one. I thought that was clever.
Listen, the reason you can't solve this puzzle is because at the beginning of the game you didn't go into the other room in your office in Port Nyanzaru and get the black light bulb.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It's definitely got something to do with that little area. I think we've probably got to do like a combination of things based on.
I mean, what I just did is I just counted all the tiles in the room and the tiles in the thing, and it doesn't match up at all. And
yeah, that was fairly obvious.
I don't.
How many tiles are there on the thing?
On the thing?
7 by like 8.
It's 7 by 15.
10 by 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is not like the size of the interior at all. I don't know if it's the size of the exterior, but because I can't see because of the dynamic lighting. So.
Bow before no one. Oh, we probably weren't. Are we supposed to come through this area? We did have to bow down to go through the crawl space. I don't know, but it can't be not that.
Is it a series of puzzles, right? Like the first one is to bow before no one, which got us through the door somehow.
Not really. We just.
I don't know. But like that we have circumvented that puzzle? Or have all the others previously been that you like do the thing on the door to get the cube? Or on the archway to get the cube? Has that been the case previously?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
mostly.
think so. Or you've had to do it to get to the cube, I guess, not always making it appear.
Arcturus makes like this shadow in front of his shield.
Shadow puppets do nothing.
Okay, well he's doing it anyway.
Okay, good.
Always joined to its caster. I'm just gonna like wander around the room and like see if there's anything else that's cool.
Nope, there's nothing else in the room. Searching the room will turn up nothing. You've seen everything there is to see in the room. All that you have that is unanswered is what the like key, the puzzle key, is for.
Comes with sunshine, leaves with night, etc. Definitely just means a shadow, but yes. I don't understand the relevance of that to the next stuff.
Always joined to its caster. A shadow always is joined to what's casting the shadow, and it never strays from its master. So like the shadow is always, yeah,
like your shadow follows you around and all that stuff. But what does that have to do with this grid?
I have no idea.
And sorry, so
I mean, maybe nothing, because the first part was to get to this grid, and then the second part is the grid.
That could
but
be
I
the
don't
case,
know
yeah.
what the grid relates to in terms of like,
Right.
Is it a puzzle itself, or is it the answer to a puzzle?
The grid is not something. Yeah, the grid does not appear to be something that you can interact with.
Yeah,
right? You
and
can't
which is
push
what
it, pull it, move it, bop it, twist it. None of it. Like it's simply there as something to look at.
To be clear, Adam, it's on this wall here.
It's on the back wall, yeah, of that.
Yeah,
Yep.
Just to give me some reference.
Yep.
My character's not actually in there. I'm just trying to get
It's
an
fine.
understanding of it as a player. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what it corresponds to, which makes it
How did
rather difficult.
How did we get to a bat being the one that this is behind? Like, there's an element of this puzzle that we're missing.
Shining a light on the alcove of the bat showed you in the shadow of the statue there was a secret entrance to this back room.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be that bit already done.
But then what's the relevance of the bat to this other stuff?
Nothing, except that casting a light on it creates a shadow, which shows us the door.
And like all of these different animals don't have
because the riddle is meant to make you think it's an animal, but it's not. It's actually the shadow of the animal. So shining a light on them is how you actually like find.
Okay, so these are
that is the first part. Like the
we're
first
confident
part is
that
good. Yeah.
the animals are just here to be a red herring for the other puzzle. I just want to get our assumptions in line.
I mean, that's my assumption here.
That
like,
seems like a reasonable assumption.
These tiles seem like a completely separate thing, but I have no idea what multiple stupid little colored tiles in a wall full of the same colored tiles means. Maybe it's letters. Maybe it's a numeric code. Maybe it's fucking Ubtao.
If we put it through a player piano, it'll play the tune.
It plays the tune Buffalo Gals, but that's totally coincidental. It's weird. It just also happens to do that.
I bow in front of the blank thing that doesn't have a puzzle cube on it.
Nothing happens. We've been through this. Little Fox did that.
I don't know.
Yeah, the tiles are different colors. They're like a light sandstone and then specifically like a darker color. It's not
there
like
are 9 darker tiles.
Yeah.
They don't depict an image.
What if
Adam?
They are exactly the way you see them. Yeah,
just the stone pattern.
Slightly different colored stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
7 times 15 divided by 9 equals I don't know. There are 15 columns, and there isn't a thing in each column.
Nor is there a thing.
A thing in each row. Yeah. Actually, there is a thing in each row, but some of them have 2. So 1, 2. Yeah, I don't know. I hate this.
Maybe we should just.
I just don't have like any avenue that I feel like I can pursue here. Can I just go inside and make an investigation check and just make sure?
I promise you, there is nothing else to find.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you could roll a 10,000 on an investigation check. I promise you have all the information you need to solve this puzzle,
except for our brains.
You just
Okay, well.
You go pick a fight with a crocodile if you want to. Yeah, you have everything that you need.
Okay. What about numbers of lines of that? Okay, no, there's only 6 lines
there's
of the
6
poem.
lines, yeah.
There's 6 lines of the poem, and
no, I tried doing the letters.
I'm also trying to I'm just talking it through because if I don't, we're just going to be staring at it, right?
I'm still
letters of the.
I see. What were you counting before, Dave?
I was counting the colored squares being the letters of the thing, but it doesn't really correspond. And I've got to Cosic, which is probably not going to be a word.
Yeah, it doesn't map to like the English alphabet or whatever.
No, I mean it obviously doesn't map to the English alphabet. No, but.
Well, and I mean, no, we were talking about like if it were like the first 2 letters of the first line are CO, and the 6th.
Oh, I see. You're trying to count them by line. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because there's not the same number. There's 7 lines and 6 in the poem. Yeah.
Do any of these heads move?
No, the statues are all.
You say there's 7 lines, but there's 6 in the poem. But the last line in the row is the same as one of the other lines. So it could be the same letter twice, maybe? I don't.
No,
well,
I don't think.
Still like.
I think it's we've got to get a physical thing done somewhere.
But we don't because
you don't. Nothing else moves.
There is nothing else to move or do or whatever. This is a key to a puzzle that we apparently have.
You do. Yes.
Papazotl. How many letters are in Papazotl?
Oh,
no, yeah, 8 or 9.
9, which is the number of tiles.
There's not even enough letters in the 4th line to correspond with the 4th line of the puzzle thing. So
I mean, that's clearly not how that works it out, right? Because how many tiles are there total on the board?
Oh god.
7 times 9.
7 times 15.
Or sorry, times 15.
15, yeah.
109.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's math. I don't know what.
7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 10 is 70.
85.
It's 105.
It's 105.
Okay.
105 minus 9.
Why minus 9?
Can we have the break to think about it? Because we're coming up on it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you want to take a break and ponder over it, you are welcome to do so. That's fine. We can take a break a little bit early.
We bust out our abacuses and
That's right. So so everybody, we have this scene of everyone sitting in the temple, or like the two of you sitting in the temple staring at the thing like, what does this mean? And then outside, the crocodile hungrily eyeing Ishi, thinking about chomping on you, and little fox keeping an eye out for the supposed ambush that was meant to be waiting for you. So we will take a short break here, and when we return, we'll see if we can solve this puzzle. Don't go anywhere, everybody. Be right back.